Hello and welcome to the Raceroom Pro Experience. I'm Jord and today we're going to be driving a 1995 DTM car at Spa. So yeah, here we are on the Pro lobby and we find ourselves in a very unusual place. P2 on the grid we qualified, but that's soon going to leave us as we have a typical Jord start and lose a place off the line. And, two cars just having a bit of a ding-dong there. We're quite lucky to avoid that really. Now we're going side by side with this yellow car coming up to Eau Rouge and Radion, and this is not a corner you want to be side by side on. I end up slamming on the brakes to keep the car on the inside so I don't bang into him and take him out, and obviously because we had to slam on there it's just going to let another car past. And we managed to squeeze the yellow car out just a little bit. I think he backed off, so we got a bit lucky there. But, so we're down into P4. I go defensive round this corner. I have to slam on again as the silver car in front just comes back on track. We nearly have an incident, but just react just in time. Now I have a look up the inside, but we're not going to try any mad moves on the first lap. I'm just going to try and get through it nice and clean in one piece. Now all the cars are sort of in single file, and we should be able to do that no problem. Now we are going to have a bit of a slipstream from this grey car. I again look to the inside more just to look for my braking reference as we come round Huon, I believe that corner's called. I'm not very good with corner names. But yeah, just like I say, trying to get through the first lap in one piece. Trying to carry a good minimum speed through here. We go a little bit wide, just about avoid the gravel. So yeah, nothing too catastrophic there. Coming on to this kind of final sector now. As we try and just tuck into the slipstream, see if we can pull a few tenths ahead of the car behind, but I think the car behind also has my slipstream, so it might not happen. So we come into this kind of sweeping left-hander. I go off way wide. Bit of a big mistake there. We pick up a penalty, so we just coast a bit into the final chicane.
Left side, clear left.
And then that's going to serve the penalty off for us there. So we come round, out the final chicane, all in one piece. That's lap one done. Now we can think about attacking the car ahead. The two cars behind are fighting, so that's going to help us out. As we come round the first corner, around T1. Not the best exit in the world, and the silver car is going to unfortunately pull ahead of us. Maybe we can get a good exit out of Eau Rouge or Radion, whichever one it is, but it's nothing amazing. And then we're just going to have to tuck in and keep pushing to try and find a way past. But we've come towards the end of the lap now. This is, again, just coming into the final sector. Picking up the slipstream. And we do actually seem to be gaining on him here, so I think we got a pretty decent exit. This time we're going to have a bit of a lift, just to make sure we don't pick up another penalty. Coming into the final chicane, and I'm so much later on the brakes than him. I didn't plan to try a move there, but he was just so early on the brakes. But he covers it off, so we go for the old switcheroo, my favourite overtaking manoeuvre. We're going to go to the action cam now as we're going side by side into T1. I try go around the outside, make sure to leave him the space on the inside, but it's just not going to stick. And we have to tuck back in behind him and try again. As we come again into Eau Rouge and Radion, right up his bumper here. We're just going to back off and try and get the best run we possibly can out of here. And we've got a pretty decent one actually, right in his slipstream now. And we're just gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining. So we're going to pull alongside him, see if we can go side by side into the next corner. Back to the action cam as we come into the braking zone. I've got the inside line. See if we can make it stick. He tries to go round the outside. So manages to defend that off just about. But still got his nose in front on the inside for the next corner. And as we come into the next corner, I just managed to pull ahead. so the yellow car behind follows us through. But we managed to get the move done in the end, and we can think about chasing the next car and regaining that P2. But yeah, podium position at the minute on a pro lobby. This is quite out of character for me, not normally this good. But anyway, this is my fastest lap of the session. I'll sort of talk you through it. Braking about 75 metres, something like that. Trying to get on the power as early as you can, getting as tight on the apex as you can without getting out the track limits. And then coming up to Radio No Rouge, bit of a lift on the entrance, then trying to get the power down as early as you can. You want to get the best run possible onto the Kemmel Straight. So up into 6th gear now, and we're just looking for the boards on the left, looking for the 100 board, braking just about before that, down into 3rd and trying to keep a bit of a minimum speed through this complex of corners. As we come out this corner, use all the track you possibly can. Looking for the curb on the left now, braking there, and a nice tight line around here if you can. Losing a bit of grip, but nothing too bad. Up into 3rd, light tap on the brakes, hit that apex, and then on the power, again using all the track you possibly can to get the best possible exit. It's a bit of a guessing game with the braking zone into, I think this is Pouon, and I don't think my line's the right one. It was the line I was taking, and it seemed to be pretty consistent, so keeping it in 3rd for this kind of really open wide chicane, keeping it to the right so you can open up the exit of this corner. Up into 4th again, the curb on the left, braking there, down into 2nd on the power as early as you can. Now this corner, a bit of a lift as my tyres are going off at this point. You can take it flat if you get the line right, but because my tyres were wearing, I did have to take a bit of a lift as we're in this final sector now. Now this long left-hander you can take flat again if you're just getting nice and tight on the apex. You can take that flat, braking just before that 100 board on the left, down into 2nd for the last chicane, and getting the power down as early as you can. And yeah, this was my best lap, and it turned out to be I think a 2:22.3, something like that.
That's your quickest lap in this session.
So not the fastest lap in the world. There are guys out there doing like 2:20s, but it's the best lap I can manage. Now coming into, this is the 2nd to last lap, coming into the final bus stop chicane, and the guy in front, P2, we are catching him, and he's far too late on the brakes, makes a bit of a mistake, as again we try the old switcheroo, just nip it up inside, up in that gap, try and get on the power early. So we're side by side once again. This is for P2, as we're going to go to the action cam, coming into the braking zone for T1. It's like deja vu all over again. We go round the outside, making sure we leave enough space for him. But as we get on the exit, on the power on the exit, we're just going to manage to pull ahead of him now. So this is the last lap, and we're in P2. Again, we're coming to Radio No Rouge, but we mess it up a little bit, and he's right up behind us. We can take the racing line there. He is still behind us, so we're allowed to take the racing line, but he's going to have my slipstream down the Kemmel Straight now. So we're going to come into the braking zone at the end. I'm going to stay to the middle of the track, try and stay defensive. He tries a bit of a lunge round the outside. I keep it tight to the inside. We just pull ahead and manage to make the apex for the next corner and manage to hold on as we come round this corner. And we're just about going to manage to hold on to P2 on the last lap. And I was sweating at this point. But we managed to get a bit of a gap. And if we can just manage the gap to the end of the race, again, last final bus stop chicane, we've got the gap, and we're going to bring it home in P2. So a podium in a pro lobby, which is way above what my skill level is. So we're super proud of this result, and what an awesome race that was. Super intense, close racing. I absolutely loved it. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit like, hit subscribe, I'd very much appreciate that. I have a Discord linked in the description. If you would like to join, you're more than welcome. But I will see you all in the next video.